Hi guys, so I'm here today to talk about what I do with the lymphatic clearing technique. These are the wands that I've talked about before. If you can see the color that runs through it, I don't know if you can hear the sound. So I have a model here that I'm going to tell you or show you how I go through and do the procedure. So for our lymphatics, everything drains from our chest area, the terminus, so that would be right here. So that's the first part that we try to clear, because nothing's going to clear from anywhere else until we get that part clear. So when these wands are just sliding like glass over the skin, that means that it's not congested. And when they do get congested, they kind of stick. These two spots right in front of the arms, the armpits here, are usually big lymph nodes there. So just test that out and rub it in that spot. If it's tender, that's a sign that your lymphatics are getting congested and that they're not draining properly. And then we go towards the neck and then down. So I'm going to show you how we go down the side of the ear. And you can see how this wand really isn't moving. That would be her sinuses being congested along her neck. So we keep working that until it's clear and then go into her collarbone. So when the sinuses are congested from the ears like that, it means nothing's draining. So that could cause, could be a reason why people have migraines, or if they get sinus infections, it's because it's not moving out of the head. So this is moving faster now. And then we would do the same thing on this side. And this side is a little bit clearer than the other one. Then from there, then we would go to the arms, because everything has to come up to the terminus again. So we keep pulling everything to that area. So we would do the shoulders. So this is good for shoulder pain. Anybody that has any frozen shoulder or any tendon issues, this is good for inflammation and for helping with arthritis. Hers is moving nice and clear, so she doesn't have any issues with that. So anyone that has any issues with carpal tunnel, it would show up in here, or in the thumb. Anybody that works on the computer a lot of typing, usually shows up in the hand. And then when you get down to the elbow, a lot of people that have any kind of autoimmune or any kind of congestion usually shows up in the elbow. And you see how it's running like glass on her arm here? She doesn't have any of those issues, so it's running pretty clear. And then you would go under the arm. And that's where you would just press to see if there's any tender spots. And then it would be the same thing again. Moving everything up. So then you would do both sides of the arm like that. Next I want to get to the abdomen. So we're starting here, and this is the sternocleidomastoid. When this is inflamed, or somebody has problems with their stomach, this is where you see the difference in this. It will start to deflate, like after a minute or two of working here, it just calms it down. And then we go from here to the surface of the organs. And then we would go into the liver and gallbladder on the right side. And if there's any congestion, it would be sticky. Hers is moving pretty clear. This is the spleen and the pancreas side. Same thing, it's running pretty clear. And then you go down on the right side. And then down on the left. And then from here, we will work on the large intestine, which is the colon, descending colon first. So anyone that has trouble with constipation or the other way, going too much, working on the large and small intestines helps that. And then the transverse colon. And we do it all in a pattern so we get everything moving the way it's supposed to. And then from there we do the small intestines. And when that's all running clear, then we would put it under both sides of her kidneys and let that sit for 5 minutes. And then from there we would go down to the top groin area. So you would do the top of your legs and then go from the feet up behind the knees. Anybody that has ankle problems, swelling of the feet or ankles, that's where we would move everything up. And then after we're all done that, then we go back up. So by working on the sinuses, you go behind the head. So lift your head up a little bit. Okay. We're working on the occipital ridge, which is when you move your head, if you have that crunchy feeling. Anyone that has allergies knows what I'm talking about. And this usually is when you feel draining going down your throat or from your ears. This spot right here in front of your earlobes, if you have a little puff there, you can just see that when you look in the mirror. That's also a sign that they're not draining properly. Some congestion there. And you always go around the ears and then down the neck, because that's the way they drain naturally. You can always go under the eyes also to keep your sinuses moving. And you do the same thing. Pull everything back to the ear and then down the throat. And that would be a typical LET session.